everyone, so today I'm going to be cutting my fringe, and I haven't cut my fringe in a very long time, so let's just hope that I still remember how to do that. Right now it is all the way down to here, and I normally cut it to just above my eyebrows, and then I make it go into a gradual slope kind of thing, I guess you could call it, around my face to frame my face because I like how that looks. But right now it is very long, and we're going to change that today. I've got a mirror down here to see what I'm doing, and I've also got some combs right here. I probably won't be using all of them, but I'll be using at least one of them. I've got these shears. They're professional hairdressing shears that I got when I was in hair school. And I've also got some clips. I'll probably be getting distracted by this mirror down here though, so I'm sorry if I'm looking down. And my hair is a little bit greasy because I've been touching it so much to kind of figure out this fringe situation. But yeah, we're just going to cut it right now. We'll see if I still know how to do it. So I'm just going to be taking this comb right here. It doesn't really matter what comb it is as long as it's a comb that you can section out your hair with. And I'm going to be making a little triangle at the front of my hair. I know how much hair I usually like to take, so I know how big I want my triangle, but the size of your triangle kind of just depends on how much hair you want to have in your fringe. I like my fringe pretty thin and wispy usually, so I don't take that much hair. I think this is a pretty good amount, but I do want my triangle to be a little bit more even. I usually make it go from one arch of my eyebrow to the other one, but yes, this is my section. So I'm going to clip this hair out of the way so it's not going to join my fringe. And as you can see, the sides right here are longer than the middle because that's how I cut it. I cut the middle shorter and then I make the sides longer and kind of blend it into my hair, if that makes sense. I'm taking half of this triangle right here and then I'm over directing it like this, lining it up with the parting right here. And then I'll cut it off, but I'll cut it in like a gradual way, like going up and down. Some people just cut it off right like that, but I go in an angle. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make sure that it is a little bit below my eyebrow so that I can still cut a little bit more after I cut it and it won't be too short. So you just want to make it longer than what you actually want it to be, just in case. So I guess I'll start right here. This is pretty difficult for me to see what I'm doing. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking because, you know, it could still go wrong, but we'll see. I'm just gonna go down. I just cut little by little because you don't want to cut off too much. And also I do want to mention that this is not necessarily a tutorial, this is just how I do my hair, and it goes in steps, and I do tend to change my mind and do different things while I do this. But I just thought it'd be fun to show you how I do it, and then you kind of get an idea of how to do it, you know what I mean? It's always pretty difficult to do your own hair as well, so I would honestly not really recommend it, but I thought it would make it just in case you do want to do it. And honestly, there is probably a lot of tutorials out there that are a lot better than this one, but you know, I just wanted to make this video because I've never filmed how I do my fringe before, and for some reason I just thought this would be fun. And I'm also going to make sure that the ends are the same length with the longest ends. I'm going to be sectioning out a triangle within the triangle so I can cut the middle straight, because I don't want everything to just be a gradual slopey kind of thing, because then it would basically just be a curtain bang, right? So I'm going to just cut the middle straight. And to be able to do that, I'll section out a triangle kind of thing in the middle, cut the middle, and then basically blend the sides into that, if that makes sense. I'm going to just gradually blend that all together. So this is the middle, and we've got these pieces that are part of the fringe on the side. So I've got this section right here, and I'm just going to be cutting most of this straight. I usually take out little bits as well and make them shorter, but for now I'm going to cut this pretty much where I want it to be, but a little bit longer, just so that I got some wiggle room and so I can cut it more and also point cut into it. So I guess I'll just cut it right here where my eyes are. There we go. Okay, that is pretty even. So now I'm going to take 2 tiny little strands and put them to the side. And that's how I make this like a gradual thing. I don't know a lot of terminology in English because I am Dutch after all. So now I'm going to cut a little bit more, just a little bit, and take a piece out. A lot of people might not think this is a good way to do it, but this is how I've always done my fringe, and this isn't really how I do it to other people, but this is just how I like mine. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to cut it a little bit and then take out some little pieces on the sides and then cut it some more, and then the middle will pretty much be how I want it. Might have to go back and make it a little bit shorter though. And then it'll go from short to longer on the sides. And that is just what I'll do. And then once it is actually the length that I want, I still have to cut a little bit more off, but that's just the way I do it. Then I'll point cut into it once it is pretty much the right length, just to get it a bit more wispy. And sometimes I'll also do this. I'll split the triangle within the triangle down the middle, and then I'll take this to the side and cut it like this, so that that is kind of angled off a little bit and has a nice gradual slope, I guess. The other half, bring it over to one side, and then make sure it is in line with the part, and just cut that off. And that usually does the trick. So let's see what it looks like now. I think that looks pretty alright. Now I'm just going to cut these sides right here. Now I think we're almost there. I'm taking the full triangle again and doing this thing again where I line it up with the parting, and then I'm just gradually going to cut it downwards. Okay, and then when I think I'm almost done, I just brush it in front of my face to how it would kind of be. Right now it is kind of greasy and everything, so it's not exactly how it would look, but this is pretty good. And then I'll just cut whatever looks longer than on the other side, and I'll just cut it in the way that I want it to sit. Just like that, kind of freestyle, I guess, I don't know. Also, when you're doing this, you want to be careful not to cut your eyelashes off, because, I don't know, I'm always scared that I'm going to, because it always feels like I'm almost going to. So now that I've finally cut everything to the length and shape that I wanted, I think it's pretty greasy right now, so it's hard to tell, but it looks pretty decent to me. I'm going to take half of the triangle and just over direct it like this, like before, and just slightly cut into it. Just point cut into it to make it a little bit more feathery. Now I'm going to be taking these clips out, and I'm going to join up this piece right here with the rest of my hair. So I'm just going to cut into it like before, just go downward. I just kind of keep cutting it till I am satisfied with it. And that's just what I do every time. So the explanations and everything in this video are kind of all over the place, but this is not really a tutorial, this is just how I do it. So yeah, I hope this video is somewhat useful in some way, but if not, I'm sorry about that, but I just thought it'd be fun to film this. Although now I realize why I never filmed this, because it just takes so long and I don't know how to explain everything very well, so yeah. But hey ho, this video is on the internet now. I'm going to get rid of all these hairs on my face right now and then do the outro. Alright, so I just finished cutting my fringe. This is what it looks like. I feel like you can see a bit better from up close. It doesn't look super great right now because my hair dried in the middle parting and I can't really seem to get rid of it. So I'll have to get rid of that when I shower, because after I shower I can just dry it in a way where there won't be a middle parting and then it will look better. But I styled it as best as I could for right now, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. I'll probably cut it a bit more after I shower as well, just because every time I wash my hair it looks a little bit different, and then I tend to just cut it a little bit more. But for the most part, this is how I do it. I'm sorry that the instructions weren't super clear. It's just that I cut my hair a little bit different every time. It is kind of the same principle every time, like I'll make it go from short to long. But yeah, I hope that you guys at least enjoyed watching this video if it wasn't useful. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you later in my next video. Have a nice day. Bye!